up, everyone? This is Kyle coming back from the Horrorphile. Coming back doing a little something different today than I normally do in most of my videos or any of my videos at all. Doing I guess this would be a Asian is what they call it, a foreign Asian mini movie marathon. It's not really a marathon, I guess. We're only watching 3 movies. But I put a post on the Facebook group, the 22 Shots group, with 6 movies that I have not seen. One of them have seen, and that's one of the ones we're watching, but I do not remember it. I think you've seen it too.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Long time ago. Put a poll. Pretty much wanted to find out, what you guys would recommend. 3 of the movies. We don't really have time for more than 3 today. That's why it's kind of a mini one. But 3 movies, 3 Asian cinema movies to watch. And you guys chose, so we are going to basically go through the movies, watch them. During about halfway through the movie, we're going to do like an update, kind of how we're liking the movie so far. Then at the end of the movie, we're going to talk a little bit about the movie, what we liked about it, what we didn't like. So yeah, we'll get into the first movie right now. I actually have it up here now on the title screen. This had the most votes. This actually had like 7 or 8 votes. 7 or 8 people voted for this, and the second movie had only like 5. So apparently this is I've had this movie, I haven't watched it. I actually popped this movie in one time and watched like 10 minutes of it and had to go do something. I didn't have time to rewatch it or watch the rest of it. But I picked this movie up a while back. It came out, I believe it came out last year. It actually came out in 2014. But this movie is Asami in Gunwoman. That's actually the alternate or the reverse cover. The original cover, if it doesn't look familiar, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's basically her holding the two guns. But yeah, I don't really know much about this movie. I know it was released by Scream Factory. It looks pretty brutal. I'm looking at the title screen now. It looks pretty cool.
It looks like kind of old, like kind of gritty.
Yeah, it looks pretty gritty. And by the way, I didn't introduce my boy here. This is Michael. He's my good buddy. He goes by on social media RedXiii0101.
Final Fantasy VII reference.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII reference. So he was actually his idea that we were actually going to do this.
I'm a huge fan of Asian horror, Asian action, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I guess it was a couple days ago you had mentioned that we were like talking about Asian cinema, looking at my collection, and he was like, it'd be cool if we just watched some Asian movies all day one day. And I was like, you know what? We're both off Tuesday. Let's just choose some movies. I was actually thinking about doing a Takashi Miike mini marathon, but I kind of just, I do have a ton of Miike movies and some I haven't seen, but I just kind of just said, let's just do Asian cinema in general, and I picked out some random ones that I haven't seen. This was one of the Gunwoman was actually one of the ones that I really, really wanted to see or have been wanting to see, but I have not had time. So yeah, this is actually the first pick that you guys picked. So we're not going to go and tell you all the movies right now off the bat that made the cut that we're going to be watching. We're going to kind of go through them as we come along. So yeah, we're going to get into the first movie here. We're both full. We just ate huge breakfasts, and I think old buddy here is already on his second beer. It's about, I don't know, what time is it right now?
It's a little afternoon, so it's all right.
It's about 12 o'clock, so yeah, hopefully, I don't know how long this movie is. This movie looks like it runs approximately 87 minutes, so it's a little bit less than an hour and a half. So yeah, Gunwoman, getting into it. Yeah.
All right.
Check it out. What's up? So we are about halfway through Gunwoman right now. So far, what do you think, Clark?
I'm liking it a lot. I like the way it's filmed, and I like the story so far. So
it's pretty brutal.
It is.
Currently, there's like a scene right now. I don't want to show it or anything. Could probably get flagged, but pretty brutal scene on right now. So far, I like this. It's kind of weird because I don't know if this is fully Asian or not. I mean, it seems like half the movie's in American and half the movie's in Asian. But so far, this movie is freaking awesome. I've been enjoying it. We're about to finish it up, so definitely stay tuned, and we will let you guys know what we think at the end. Peace. What's up, guys? We're back. We just finished movie 1, Gunwoman. Yeah, so what do you think?
I thought it was really good.
That was a pretty crazy good movie, man. It was definitely good recommendation. The credits are actually rolling. They're actually showing another scene here.
A little after the credits.
A little after the credit scene. But yeah, man, it says here, Gun Woman will return. I thought it was a really good revenge flick. It was very gory, surprisingly, like very blood and gory. Had a lot of really cool elements in it. I mean, it kind of made you think a lot. Like a lot of the stuff that like happened at the beginning. We were kind of questioning throughout the movie. We weren't really sure how it was gonna play off, but it actually rounded out quite well and summed everything up toward the end of the movie. But yeah, man, I mean, what would you, like, if you were to give this movie a rating of, 1 to 10, what would you say this movie would be? What would you give this movie?
I'd say it's probably at least a 7.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable the whole time. It never got slow. Just fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was kind of over the top. I mean, it's definitely, it's not really a horror movie per se. It's more like a revenge action kind of flick, but it's definitely one of those flicks that, like, I could see myself watching again. I'd probably give it an 8. 8 out of 10. I thought it was like really, really interesting. It was really weird how, I don't know, there's certain things that was like so over the top, you kind of like question things. I mean, obviously it's a movie, but it was just like one of those things where it's like, there's a couple of scenes and you're like, wow, like, wouldn't this happen if, like there's a scene with, certain things that somebody was putting in their body, and I was just kind of like, wouldn't that cause like kind of complications or something? I don't know, But yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely can see myself watching again. Actually, while we're waiting, I need to grab the next movie.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna actually stop this video since we're already done with this, and we're about to start another Asian flick. This movie, like I said, was about 89 or 87 minutes. Yeah, it was 87 minutes. The next movie we're about to watch is actually 117 minutes, so it's about 2 hours long. So something I will note with this movie before I kind of stop this video, kind of weird because we're doing an Asian cinema, but we noticed that a lot of the dialogue, well, most of it's in Japanese and it's subtitled, but a lot of the dialogue throughout the movie is also in English. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it says it's brought to us by a Japanese person. It's not directed by anybody Japanese. It looks like it was written and produced and stuff by Karandu Mitsukiakis or something. I don't know, like Karando Mitsukake, whatever. But a lot of the dialogue was in English, which was actually pretty cool because sometimes subtitles can be a little, especially like 2 hours. The next movie's 2 hours long, but still an Asian movie. I consider this an Asian cinema movie because most of it is in subtitled in Japanese.
It goes with the theme.
Goes with a theme, yeah. So, but yeah, stay tuned. Next movie's coming up. What's up, guys? We're back. Next movie, second most polled movie for this Asian mini movie marathon. It's the second of the second out of 3 movies we're watching. This movie is brought to us by Takashi Miike, one of my favorite directors. I know you like him a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Definitely.
This movie came out in, what year did this movie come out?
Probably early
2001.
Yeah.
This movie is Ichi the Killer. I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty well known. I haven't seen this movie in years. Actually, I haven't seen this movie probably since I was in high school.
Yeah, I know we both watched it before. I'm not sure if I ever finished the whole thing. I just remember a little of the beginning. Some over-the-top gore.
Yeah, it's
got something to look forward to there.
I think it's best known as like a splatter film. I mean, I know that it's very well known as a over-the-top gore fest, but I can't remember anything about the plot or really much anything about it. But yeah, this is actually the second out of 3 movies we're watching. Like I said earlier, this movie is going to be approximately 117 minutes long. I'll probably give midway through the movie, we'll do a status update, kind of let you know what we think so far of it. We're not actually watching any of the special features or anything on these because we're just going through them, just watching the movies themselves. But I think this DVD actually has some special features from Takashi Miike. It's actually released by Tokyo Shock, which they release a lot of crazy stuff. There's a lot of good stuff that comes out on Tokyo Shock. But this is actually the only Miike movie we're watching today. I actually originally, like I said prior, we were going to plan on doing a Takashi Miike day, which we probably will eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
But I thought that it would be better if we just did Asian cinema in general. And we're only doing 3 flicks just because we were kind of short on time. But yeah, man, check it out. Doing Ichi the Killer. Let you know what you guys think, what we think of this stuff soon. Peace.
じゃあ必然性がねえだろ。俺は一に殺されないためにさ、最大の努力しなきゃいけないんだよ。殺されたくないっていうのがあるから、本当の絶望感が生まれるでしょ。まあだからお前に必ず一の居場所突き止めてもらうからよ。なんか手がかりあります？
What's up, guys? We're about halfway through Ichi the Killer. How do you like it so far, Clark?
It's pretty good. It's one of those where I feel like I need to concentrate and pay attention the whole time, or I might miss something.
I've been kind of following it pretty good so far. It's, you know, it's obviously subtitled, but it's kind of,
you can tell it's the Takashi Miike for sure.
yeah, it's kind of hard to follow unless you like really pay attention because there's a lot of characters and a lot of story development in this. But yeah, we're about halfway, a little bit over halfway through. I think we got about 40 minutes left in this movie. And then once we're done, we'll let you guys know what we think. Peace. What's up, guys? So we just got done watching the second film in our little Asian mini marathon. We just got done watching Ichi the Killer. What's your thoughts, man?
It's pretty good. It was just as odd as his other films, but definitely enjoyable.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I hadn't seen this movie in a while. I don't really remember, you know, really much about it. Or I did remember that this is not Ichi on the front. This isn't Ichi the Killer, which kind of leads you to believe it is, but that's not Ichi the Killer. It's a different guy. This is Kamihara. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Kamihara. He's like the bad guy in the movie.
I think he was probably one of the most interesting characters in the movie.
Yeah, he was very. I don't know. He's like a hipster. he's like a Japanese
hipster masochist.
Yeah, hipster masochist. Like, I don't know. He enjoys pain. I don't know. Kind of. It's one of those Miike movies that. It's like all Miike movies that are kind of. There's so many characters involved with his films that you got to pay attention, or you're not going to be able to follow the plot. No. He has a movie called Gozu. I don't think you've seen Gozu, Michael, but. I don't think so. That's one of those movies that I've watched in the past, and you have to watch some of his movies several times to even like get the movie. But yeah, I mean, overall, Ichi the Killer. I mean, I would probably rate this movie probably a 7 out of 10. I mean, it was definitely one of those movies that was enjoyable. I'll probably watch it again one day, not anytime really soon. But it's definitely a good Miike movie. You can tell it's one of his earlier. This is probably one of his most popular films other than Audition.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's an earlier movie. I mean, this came out in, 2002 or no, 2001. I think, yeah. And it was about 2 hours long. The only problem I had with this movie was the amount of characters in this movie was just like, you know, we were kind of talking. We had to kind of discuss the movie as it was going on to kind of remember, oh, so this is the guy that's working for Ichi, and there's one part where one of the guys that was working for Ichi, the main guy, had another guy that was working for him that was pretending to be him, and he was calling him by his name. And I was looking at Clark. I was like, so his name was, what was his name, Gigi or something?
GGE, I think.
And like Michael was like, is this the guy that was in the TV earlier? And I was like, I think that guy was just saying his name was Gigi because he was lying to them before. But it's just one of those movies you gotta pay attention to.
It's kind of hard to keep track of everybody.
Yeah, if you take a piss break for like 2 minutes, you're gonna miss a little bit of the movie. So.
Also, it'd probably be better to see the unrated for all the gore.
Yeah, that was another thing. I didn't realize that. I mean, I got this movie for about $2 at FYE like a while back. I mean, which isn't bad, but this is the R-rated version. It really doesn't have any like. It has blood and gore in it.
Yeah, it's got but it's intestines and everything, but it's not the splatter that I was hoping for.
It doesn't show you the spray effects, the blood effects. Like, what was the one main scene that you were talking about?
Oh, when he split the guy in half.
Oh yeah,
and he just kind of fell apart. With no blood.
Yeah, it was like CGI. like the beginning of the movie, like one of the most popular scenes of this film is at the beginning of the movie. Ichi, one of his first kills, he splits this guy in half, and like the body in the unrated version, I remember seeing the body splits in half and there's like blood spraying everywhere. But in this version, he just like splits in half and it shows it for like 2 seconds, and then like it's like CGI splitting in half, and then it just like falls down. And then there was a couple other scenes. There was a scene where he actually killed this girl, sliced this girl's throat. And it actually showed a flashback from that scene later on in the movie where it did show the spray effect, but it was like black and white, kind of like a Tarantino flick. But in the original, it actually shows the spray, spray effects if you watch the unrated version. But I mean, overall, it's not a bad pickup for $2. I mean, you get what you get. None of the storyline was cut out or anything like that. It's just some of the, I guess they couldn't put a lot of that into an R-rated movie. Yeah. So, I don't know. What would you rate this, dude? I mean, I gave it a 7. What do you think?
I'd probably give it about a 6.
6?
6 or 7, yeah, it's close.
Yeah, I mean, it
was good.
It was definitely good. It's definitely not as good as Audition, in my opinion. I think Audition's better. But, Ishii's still good. It's a good Miike flick. Definitely more, not really horror-based. If you guys are looking for horror movies, this is more like Yakuza. I don't know, this is kind of like a crime movie.
Crime, yeah.
Yeah, definitely Yakuza crime kind of flick. I'll probably definitely pick this up on Blu-ray and try to get the unrated version of it. Because, I mean, it's worth having. I think it's really cool. It's got a really cool cover. But yeah, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. You want to, we'll come back here in a minute. We're going to talk about our next film that we're going to be watching. We got one more film we're watching in this little mini marathon. And this was actually the third the third highest flick that was on the poll for us to watch. And I don't think you've seen the next movie either, have you?
I don't believe so. No.
There's actually a remake to this movie, but we're watching the original Japanese version. I have never seen it. He has never seen it, so stay tuned. We'll let you know what it is. What's up, guys? Back again. We are on our final movie of this Asian kind of mini marathon that we're doing here. I've actually enjoyed doing this so far.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. I mean, we actually got through 2 movies. It felt like it didn't take that long to get through, honestly. We're actually about to go get lunch here, but we wanted to kind of film this to let you guys know the final film we're going to talk about. We will come back and discuss this film after we watched it. I don't know how long this movie is. It doesn't say on the back. At least I didn't see the back cover. But we both have not seen this movie. There is a remake to this movie. The remake's actually pretty good. And it's kind of odd because I think this movie came out the same year as the remake, I think. Or a year after this. I can't remember. It doesn't even say on here, but I remember reading that this movie came out. I think this movie came out in 2002. Anyway, let me see. Yeah, this release was 2010. Yeah, it doesn't say on here, but anyway, whatever. You want to introduce this?
All right, this movie is going to be Ring, or in Japanese they call it Ringu, I believe.
Ringu.
I have seen the American version. It was pretty frightening, but I've always heard that the original Japanese version was way better. So
yeah,
we'll get to check this out and see how it is.
Yeah, we're gonna check it out. I mean, there's actually the release I got is actually a UK release. I picked it up because it was region free and it came with all 3 of them. There's actually 3. There's Ring 0, 1, and 2 in this. Ring 0. So we normally would watch the first movie in the actual trilogy,
chronological order,
but this isn't really chronological. It's kind of weird because we're looking at the DVDs. Ring 1 came out first, and then Ring 2 came out, and then after Ring 2 they made a Ring 0. I guess we were thinking maybe it's a prequel or something. Yeah. I'm sure you guys, if you guys have seen it, I'm sure it's a prequel. But we're actually just going to be watching the Ring 1, the first one, because that's the one that I put up that everybody voted for. Pretty good things about this. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people, probably have seen this, and I have seen the remake. Seen the remake in the Ring 1 and 2, the American version. I've never seen the Japanese version, but always heard good things. Heard it's scary as shit. So I don't know. Have you ever heard anything negative about these?
Never, really. I mean, as far as I know, it's well loved by everybody.
I wish I knew what year this came out in. I'm sure you guys can leave it in the comments. I thought this movie came out around the same year as the remake, around like the same year or year before. Not really 100% sure, but we'll look it up and talk about that at the end. I'll look it up and find out. But yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be watching The Ring. We'll check in with you guys here shortly, about halfway through the flick, let you guys know what we think, and then we'll talk about it in the end.
More drinking, of course.
More drinking, yeah. He's got his, actually got my shitty Keystone Light here. Yeah, this is the fucking drink of choice. What are you drinking?
Ooh, Yingling Black and Tan. Cheap, but still delicious.
Yeah, you've actually been going through those. You're on your, what, like...
I don't know, 7, 8, something like that.
Hey, you do what you can. So, stay tuned, guys. We will check in with you soon. What's up, everyone? So, me and RedXiii,
0101.
yeah, we finished our movie marathon.
Hell
We
of a day.
we actually finished the third one, as you guys know, The Ring, the Japanese Ring.
So creepy. God.
Yeah, yeah, I liked it. I don't know. Did you like it more than the remake?
I did, yeah. I don't know. There's something about just watching the original Japanese versions of things. They always seem way creepier for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I definitely liked it a lot better.
Yeah, I actually looked it up. This actually came out in 1998. We thought it was, I thought it was 2002. It was 98. So yeah, I mean, it was good, creepy. I mean, what would you rate it out of a 10 if you would give it a rating?
I mean, I'd probably give this one at least an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty close to the remake.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember the remake or not, but
I remember most of it. Yeah, it was very similar.
But yeah, I mean, I'd probably give it about 7.5 out of 10. I mean, it was good. It was kind of a slow burner. Like, it had, like, specific parts that were, like, really, really creepy, and there was a lot of, like, really slow parts that I guess it took forever to get to the point.
Yeah.
But,
I did like that one effect near the end where it made, like, the actual film look like a VHS, or had that sort of grainy sort of filter on it, yeah.
Yeah, tracking filter. That was pretty good. I mean, overall, I really liked it. I thought it was really, really creepy, but I definitely recommend it. Check it out. 7.5. He gave it an 8.
Now I'm wanting to watch, like, The Grudge, the original Grudge.
Yeah.
One Missed Call. I want to see all those old Japanese movies now after watching this.
Yeah, I think Takashi Miike had something to do with the first One Missed Call. I think he directed it. Well, I don't know if he directed it. I know he wrote it or directed it or something. Yeah, this one we still got 2 more of these. We got Ring 0 and Ring 2 to watch on this, so that should be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of recap. Well, before we recap, what are you drinking, Clark?
Ooh, drinking some Ballast Point Victory at Sea. It's a coffee vanilla porter that is about 10%, so it's a little strong.
This guy's been drinking since
Some, like,
fucking 11:30 in the morning. What time is it right now?
8.
It's 8 o'clock at night. How many of those have you had?
Man, I don't know, 3 of these and then whatever else I had before, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty good. I mean, these Japanese like horror movies kind of make you want to drink, but when you get like a little too drunk, yeah, when you get you always want to drink either way. But when you start drinking and you start reading subtitles,
yeah.
it gets annoying as
Starts
fuck.
to get a little blurry.
Yeah.
To really concentrate.
Well, to kind of recap what we watched today, we've seen Gunwoman, which I think I gave this an 8 and Michael gave it a 7 out of 10. We watched Ichi the Killer, which I gave this. What did you give this? You gave this an 8, didn't you?
I think I gave.
Or you gave this a 7. Oh, no, you gave this a 6.
I gave that one like a 6.5 maybe
6.
at the most.
Gave this 6. I think I gave this a 7. Takashi Miike. Yeah, it was good. It was a little long. A lot of characters in this that really hard to follow. But it was still brutal as fuck. We just wish we had the unrated version instead of the
R-rated. I want to see
R-rated.
all that crazy blood splatter.
Yeah, and the original Ring. I got the whole trilogy on DVD, but we watched the first one, and I think you gave. What did you give this? An 8?
Yeah.
I gave this a 7. So
We want to watch the rest of those sometime, sooner or later.
Well, the weird thing is the first one came out in 98. The second one came out in like 99 actually, and the third one came out in 2000. The third one's actually a prequel which is Ring Zero. I don't know. I didn't know they had a 0, but yeah, includes everything. This was fun.
That's the mini Asian movie marathon.
We're gonna have to do another marathon of like maybe a different genre, like slasher, werewolf, or possession or something like that.
Yeah.
Something interesting, but we're kind of talking about maybe that in the future. But yeah, if you guys like the video, subscribe. Check out Michael somewhere.
I've got a YouTube channel. It's nothing but anime music.
This guy has a
videos.
video.
You don't want to watch it.
What video? He has a Seinfeld.
I do have a
video.
Seinfeld video that's got over 100,000 views, but that's the only one, of course, that has got anything. So.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think if you like this video, and if you like these movies, what you guys think about these movies, if you rated them, or if you've even watched them, let us know. But until next time, peace. Later.